doing, baby? We back up in this thing, and when I tell you, it is so much talk on the Wendy Williams. I need y'all to call in and help a sister out. The phone number is on the screen. Hold on, let me open the phone lines up. DJ. Hey, Trey. Okay, what up, Lavonna J? What up, Lisa girl? Hey, what up, baby girl? Deeper than the skin. What up, daughter of the Most High? I know that's right. Amen. Where my saints at?
Welcome to Blog Talk Radio.
To start your show now, press 1.
Your show is scheduled to start in 21 seconds.
All right, if you're a saint, press a 5. Where my saints at?
Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Blog Talk Radio.
Where my heathens at? If you're a heathen, press a 10. You got saints and heathens. We got the saints and heathens, y'all. If you're a heathen and you know it, make some noise. Laveda, hey Laveda, I got it right. Ooh, no, you did not come out here with all that hate. Travis, what did I do to you? You better go and mess with, child, you better go somewhere to create an art. Okay, wait. DJ. Oh my God. All right, DJ, coming on down. How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? I hope y'all is feeling wonderful, honey. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. A beautiful day in the neighborhood. Would you be my neighbor? Okay? Who gonna be my neighbor? It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. So did you guys watch Wendy Williams' Eyes last night? Girl, I had dreams about Wendy Williams, bucking her eyes at me. Follow me around with them eyes. I had nightmares of them eyes. Just knocking on my door, busting in with them eyes, just peeping in the window with them eyes. Lord have mercy. But a lot of people had a lot of stuff to say. Steve, y'all know that white man Steve, he came out. He had a lot of stuff to say about this, and he is so disgusted. He is disgusted with the Wendy Williams show, with this whole documentary, and I am too, Steve. Okay, they have ruined her, Steve. Her legendary is just ruined. All I can do is think and feel sad for her. All I can think is be depressed for her. I can't think about Wendy Williams and, oh, hey, how you doing? Ooh it, ooh it. Ooh it, ooh it. I'm not feeling that. I'm not feeling no more ooh it, okay? I'm not feeling no more how you doing, okay? When I think of Wendy, now all I'm thinking about is sickness. I feel depressed. I feel sad. Before, when I thought about Wendy, I felt good. But now, hell no. It has ruined the image in my head. It ruined her brand. And all for what? Okay, they say they did all this and all that to try to expose the Guardian. But honey, bullshit. So I want to hear what Steve got to say. And guess who else is speaking out? Kevin Hunter, Wendy's ex-husband, he is speaking out about this. Wendy's son is speaking out about this. So we got a lot of speakers in the house about this. So we got to check this out. And I would love for y'all to call in. I love my calls. Please call in. Y'all make the show when y'all call in. Now let me get back to the Steve.
So yesterday I'm flipping channels and I stumble across the Lifetime show about Where is Wendy Williams? And first of all, let me say, I'm a huge Wendy Williams fan. I love Wendy Williams. I was on her show numerous times. Wendy treated me great. Our shows basically started at the same time. I was a big fan of her show, so I'm all in Wendy Williams' corner. But when I watched last night on that show, disturbs me because I doesn't think it does any good for Wendy. Doesn't make her look good. She's obviously has.
But didn't I tell y'all that? Press 1 if I told y'all that. See, y'all need a white man to come here and tell y'all, and then y'all gonna listen. Because everything he said, I already said it. It makes her look horrible. And people talking about, yeah, well, she can't help them big-ass eyes. I know she can't help it, but I can't help to feel how I feel about them eyes. Do you understand? People are going to react to them eyes. She should have put some goddamn glasses on or something, but she wanted to expose her disease or whatever. But that is what I'm left with. Those eyes left a lasting impression on my mind, okay? Just like Netta, them bumps on her face make a lasting impression on my mind. I can't help it. Okay, that is the reason why they don't put certain people on camera, because it is a distraction from the story. People can't concentrate. Okay? Okay.
Big time struggles, medical conditions, and addiction. And what they're showing is somebody is not protecting her. It doesn't put her in a good light. I don't see how this serves any purpose at all. So yesterday,
And Steve is right. It serves no purpose at all. None at all. Who's behind this? Will, the manager, while he's smiling. It serves no purpose at all. It's entertainment. It's entertaining, but it's a sad and it's a depressing tale. But it ruins the Wendy Williams brand. Okay, and she's not in her right frame of mind to do anything. Because I was looking at another thing. Her son comes and he said, I spent $100K and I spent $80K. And he says, I give my mama permission from anything I spend. I'm thinking in my head, your mama not in the right frame of mind, boy. Okay? Yeah, she gonna say yes, because she don't know any better. They asked her, do you want to go to the Oscars? Do you know what Wendy said? She said, what the hell is that? She don't even know what the Oscars is. So she cannot wrap her mind ahead about money. She can't even be responsible with her own money because her mind is gone. She does not have a responsible, she's not there. Only half of her is there and is fading every single day. So for him to say, well, she gave me permission to take all this money out, it just seems like it's taking advantage of the disabled, because disabled individuals is going to say anything to please, possibly, and hell, shit, you know what I'm saying? It comes off kind of funny when you look at it. But let's talk about it. If you guys agree, disagree, call in. Call in. Okay? Please call in.
she should, her manager talking about, is she ready to do a podcast? She's ready. She's been doing this for 20 years. She's no position to do anything. Interviewing. She should not be interviewing.
I told y'all that. Steve, you right on the money, man. Steve understands exactly what I'm saying. Her family and Will is gassing her up, talking about, we're going to do a podcast, we're going to do a comeback, we're going to do this and we're going to do that. Okay? And she is not in no position. They're trying to work her to get that money out of her. Those podcast days are over with. Only thing she need to be concerned with is just chilling out and just relaxing and just enjoying this ride that she's on called life. And it's painful because, of course, she always want to do it. That's all she knows. But it's reality. You know, so many people in this world suffers with certain diseases or been in car accidents, and all of a sudden they have to stop their dream job. They have to, life changes, and that's just part of life. That's the dice that comes with life. It's unfortunate, but it happens to so many people. Wendy Williams, she ain't the first one, and she ain't gonna be the last one. Now, people are saying the reason why they're doing all this show, this was the only reason for the family to get guardianship. This is not going to get the family guardianship. How much y'all want to bet? Let's give it 6 months. After 6 months, do you think the family is going to have guardianship over them after 6 months from this show? Okay. Press 1 if the family is going to get guardianship within 6 months from putting out this show. Press 5 if you feel like, hell no, to the no. Y'all be living in a dream. Y'all be really hoping for some shit that ain't gonna never come to reality. Ooh, y'all hope be so high. Okay? Y'all hope so high. All right? No, that is not going to happen. If you think it is going to happen, call in, weigh in. We want to hear from you. What are your thoughts on it? Okay? Please don't put no time on it. We not God. We're Silk Queen. Of course we not God. Shit. Listen, Silk Queen. If I was God, don't you think I'll put these views up? Okay. But guess what? We are human. We have opinions. We are very opinionated people. We judge. We are humans. We do judge. That's just in our nature to do so. And hell, we want to know. I think that was an interesting question. Within 6 months, will the family have guardianship? I think that's enough time span for this documentary to do what it's supposed to do. If this documentary was the only purpose was for the family to get guardianship. And when we're talking about the family, who are we talking about? Because we got to name a person. You know, it can't just, a family is a lot. Who are we talking about? Can we pinpoint the name? Do y'all want her son to be the guardian? Do y'all want her sister to be the guardian? We need names, because you can't even go to the court talking about we want family. Who the hell is family? They need a name, a specific person. And we want to know, is this person working? Do they have full income? Can they take care of themselves? You know, what's going on? Or they just going to be leeching off of Wendy? Which one is it? Okay, they said her son. Well, Queen, is her son working? He seemed like he can't even take care of himself, Queen. Queen, her son seems like he is dependent. You know, when Wendy Williams, she said when she was 27, she bought her whole family a house. Do you think her son, when he becomes 27, he can do that same thing? Huh? He seems like, you know, he does not have that discipline skill. I don't know what he's doing. I'm just saying from what I'm hearing so far, it does not seem like he had that same drive and ambition that his mom did. It didn't touch him. What is he doing for school anyway? What is he doing? I wouldn't say the mom either, Bombshell, but Queen gonna say the son. She want the son to be the guardian. I think he's irresponsible, especially when it comes to that money. He's 21 years old. That boy want to party. He want to party and bullshit around. He don't want to take care of his mama. Hell, come on now. He might be just like his damn daddy. He could be power of attorney, Kevin old trifling, but she would be caring for her. So let me keep on going on.
Anybody. So before you start talking about putting her back out in the public, you should be getting her help, making sure she recovers fully, and that she's able to do it. Because I got to tell you, I was disturbed and I'm saddened by, I feel people, she should.
Well, you know what? Blame her family members for this shit. Y'all be blaming the wrong people. Blame her family. Her family is the one that's out here exposing her like this. There's always your own kinfolks. They are saying in the chat, they said Bruce Willis I guess that's a white actor dude. Bruce Willis has been protected by the media, honey. He's not been exploited by his own family. He hasn't been exploited by his condition, okay? Michael J. Fox, they gave him privacy. Hell, Charlie Sheen was given privacy, but you got to realize their family gave them privacy. Wendy Williams' family did not give her privacy. The Wendy Williams family, they was all conjunction in this shit to push this out on the entertainment. Okay? And you can't blame Lifetime because Lifetime is a business. They are in here for the business. Lifetime is not in here to be like, oh my goodness, we can't do that because that's unethical. They are business, God damn it. You look at the family did it, shit. But y'all not gonna make the family responsibility. Y'all just gonna excuse them. Well, they did it because of this. Well, they did it because of that. Well, they did it because of this. When have you ever known in history that putting out a documentary is going to get you guardianship? Can y'all please name me the person or the group that when they did a documentary, it gave them guardianship? Okay? I don't know how y'all be mathing out when this stuff. But like I said, if you disagree with what I got to say, call in. We want to hear from you. If you do agree, call in. Y'all know I love those phone calls. Y'all still ain't calling. All right, so also I'm reading here, I'm not making nothing up, as you guys can see right here. It says, but y'all want to showcase a black woman's mental health and health decline for entertainment. It's really sad. You know what, brown skin girl, what's really sad is y'all need to put a goddamn name on it. Who is behind this? Her family, all of them participated in there. She talking about, but y'all want to showcase. Who is y'all? Who is y'all? Who is y'all? Who is y'all? You mean her black family? You mean Will the producer? Is that who you mean? Y'all Swift, all this, y'all. I can't stand that shit. Put a name on it. You know who was involved. We seen all characters that was involved in that TV show. And y'all want to come out here and talk about some y'all. Okay, want to showcase this black woman. They showcase their black mama. They showcase their black daughter, their black sister, their black client, okay? Ooh, girl, we got a caller. Ooh, and it's anonymous too, so you know it's good. Calling from 111. You are live on the air. Welcome to the Messy Sweet Spot. What are your thoughts about this?
Hi, sweetie. This is me.
Hey, me.
No. Guess what? Everybody is not black in this. Culture people came from over like the Jamaican, the islands, are handlers for these other culture people. The husband is the problem. He sold Wendy out. Y'all can't see that? He kept another woman.
Can you please break it down with the husband and his part in it?
The husband is Jamaican.
You talking about Kevin is Jamaican?
Yes.
I never knew Kevin was Jamaican. I never knew that was Jamaican.
Why you think they got the vegan deacons? She's all vegans?
I didn't know Jamaicans was vegan, child. Do you got me on speaker? Can you put your mouth to the mic? Because I want you to get loud. I want to hear you.
Yes, because those what they do. Sharina is Jamaican. Why you think these people would just lay up on your man all that time and ride that boat? They've been taught that. Ride it, girl, ride it. But her family exploded her because she was what? With a married man. After the fact. He had to get control of his wife by selling her out. So when he got caught, those handlers come in, and guess what? They take over because other people help Wendy to get up in there. They always got somebody to watch you as a handler. And not only that, she been through the rabbit hole with other, actors and singers and producer. These people want to handle you because you smoke that smoke. It ain't free to smoke that smoke, and you drink they drink. And they throw a Mickey in and have you crazy. But the condition is they got her up on the medication to shut her mouth, y'all. Like they want to do the rest of us. You see, I keep telling you, black is left with reparation money, and everybody want a piece of it. Your ancestors trying to tell you that. We at war, and y'all can't see that? Prisoners coming over here to sit on us because what? They want us out. You want your freedom. The exchange of the money where other countries want to control, and black people, as long as you got money, nobody can control you. You free. You earned it. But people put a contract, extra contract there where she signed and he signed. But he had somebody that, hey, he brought him in on her. He was her manager, y'all. Wake up. When you're a manager and you know that, hey, she wake up to what you're doing, and he was abusing her and said, look, I'm going to do what I want to do. Maybe I like other things rather than just a woman. Maybe he's over there doing what he do too. Everybody nowadays, they're not loving a man and a woman. It's called bisexual. If you don't know what bisexual is, you like both sex. Wake up. Smell the coffee. Drink water and think. But the water's not so clean, so you better hurry and buy some bottled waters. You know, the president told you, vice president told you yesterday, pay attention. They dropping anything in the water can make your mind go crazy. That's what you call magical spells on you. We got people from other countries because guess what? Their reparation money, everybody want a piece of it before things get worse. And you're right. Her family couldn't handle it, so everybody want a piece of bread. But she's lonely because guess what? She's not depressed. She's on medication. And when they put you on medication, it has to go into your body, and then they have to work it in to what? You lose control of yourself. You don't know what day it is. They put it there. It's called sundowner. You know, like a person get to walking, eyes bucking, and be up at night, don't know when, hey, you supposed to get some sleep, but you just up bucking. That's what they do to you. They control you. Okay? I told you it's a medication. Y'all don't know. They can control you with medication, and guess what? They can put that little bit of chip in your hand. That's what they want to do to us, chip us. Y'all ain't heard that, did you? I told you, y'all way behind. Let's get ahead and stay ahead. And numbers, not divide, come together, stay together. And I'm out.
All right. Well, thank you for calling in and weighing down. All right. You heard her. It make you out here bucking. She said that medication, it will make you be bucking at night. Lord knows I don't want nobody bucking at me. Okay? That is terror. So if you guys just came in here, Steve had a lot of stuff to say, and he felt the same way I felt. I'm going to play one more time. Call in.
I'm flipping channels, and I stumble across the Lifetime show about Where is Wendy Williams? And first of all, let me say, I'm a huge Wendy Williams fan. I love Wendy Williams. I was on her show numerous times. Wendy treated me great. Our shows basically started at the same time. I was a big fan of her show, so I'm all in Wendy Williams' corner. But when I watched last night on that show, it disturbs me because I doesn't think it does any good for Wendy. Doesn't make her look good. She's obviously has big time struggles, medical conditions, and addiction. And what they're showing is somebody is not protecting her. It doesn't put her in a good light. I don't see how this serves any purpose at all. So yeah, she should, her manager talking about, is she ready to do a podcast? She's ready. She's been doing this for 20 years. She's no position to do anything. Interviewing. She should not be interviewing anybody. So before you start talking about putting her back out in the public, you should be getting her help, making sure she recovers fully and that she's able to do it, because I got to tell you, I was disturbed and I'm saddened by, I feel people, she should, one, her manager talking about, is she ready to do a podcast? She's ready. She's been doing this for 20 years. She's no position to do anything. Interview.
All right. So I also want to let you guys know, Kevin, he had a lot to say. So you guys know the sister, she came out and she said that she wanted to be Wendy's guardian, but they said no to her, okay? Kevin outs Wendy's sister, and the title says her sister Wanda was allegedly taking advantage of Wendy and stole what? Stole almost $15 million. Oh my God. Blood on a lot of hands. No wonder why all the family want that money. $15 million? That's what her husband said. Her husband said that, honey, she was trying to steal, almost got $15 million. I think anybody that want money would be the guardian over Wendy Williams because they're going to have access to all that money. So he put her out here. What do you guys think about this? What? Okay. So what do y'all think? You can't trust nobody, can you? Your own family members, your sisters. Why wasn't Wendy close to her sister before she fell ill? Why? I've never seen her and Wanda, be together, post pictures together. Have you guys seen it? Shit, I haven't seen no recent pictures of her and Wanda together. Why is that? Why now? Comment, let me know. Do you guys know why Wanda and Wendy, why haven't we seen pictures of them together? Why wasn't they out hanging out together? It's like, I didn't even know she had a sister, to be honest with you. Wendy, she talks a lot about everybody else, but it's clueless what goes on in her life. And she already says she don't have friends. If you real close with your sister, you don't need friends. You gonna say, I got my sisters. I want my sisters. On that show, they asked Wendy plenty of times, do you miss your family? Do you want to be with your family? Wendy said, no, 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 no. They asked her about her son. She said, well, of course, yes, I want to see my son. But that don't sound like somebody that was close to her sister. Do you guys think that Wendy Williams and her sister had a close relationship? Press 1 if you feel like they had a close relationship. Press 2 if you feel like they do not. I know my mom and her sisters, girl, they are tight. My mama, my aunties, you going to always see pictures, videos of them dancing together, praying together, eating together, okay? They are always around each other. My family is real tight. And for Wendy not to have a lot of pictures and she not even thinking about no goddamn Wanda, I don't think she was close to any of her family, okay? I think her family was distant. So let's go. We got another caller. You know I love my calls. Calling from 646. Now, come on, call. Why when I pick you up, you going to hang up? Y'all got to be patient. Call back 646. Shit. I swear, y'all are different this day. Okay, y'all can't hang on for 1 minute. Y'all are out. They said her and her sister had prior issues. Well, Bomb Squad, that's just going to trigger her. She don't need to be around nobody that have horrible issues with her. And she probably going to treat Wendy bad because she probably don't like Wendy for whatever reason. And I don't know why they fell out or why they have issues. But, honey, that would trigger her real bad. Wendy probably going to knock that girl out when she have thoughts about the past. And, she's going to lash out and she don't got her right frame of mind. Wendy didn't like putting her family on TV because it was about her, but she did talk about her sister. Well, Rebuke the Devil, call in and let us know, what did she say about that sister of hers? I know she didn't seem like she liked that brother either, honey. Okay, she just seemed like she wasn't close to nobody but that Kevin. And she wasn't even close to him. She was a loner. She lived a lonely life. It's feeling like she lived a lonely A lot of these gossipers, they live lonely lives. Is that what it's given? Do you guys think a lot of gossip queens, they live a very lonely life? Okay. Press 1 if you feel like her life was lonely. Press 5 if you feel like her life was full with friends, family moments, friend moments, different experience, showing love, understanding the others. I don't think so. I think it was very lonely, and I think she was just focused on that business and getting fame and breaking stories. I think it's a very lonely place. It says, is this the niece Alex mama? Shit, I don't know about no niece. I'm just scrolling around here looking. What are y'all saying? Wendy did not have friends. Right. AE, why don't you call in, baby? AE, I always enjoy your commentary. Call in and tell us how you feel about this. Wendy was not cool with those siblings. Were her siblings all these years? Right. Where was a sibling all these years, and all of a sudden they want a seat at the table to handle her money? It sounds like a setup to me. Sometimes your family would be the worst ones that would do you in the worst. Okay? A lot of jealousy in the family. Wendy is superficial and mean-spirited. Yeah, she is. She's that. Her gossiping made people stay away. Yeah. And especially the way she gossiped about people and how she didn't care. They say, yes, Wanda is Alex's mama. Okay, I don't even know who Alex is. Oh, we got a caller, girl. Hush, be quiet, y'all. We got a caller. Be quiet. We got somebody on the phone line. 214, you're live on the air. Welcome to the Messy Sweet Spot. What are your thoughts about this?
Gigi, so concerning. Good evening. Good evening, Gigi. Good evening,
Miss
Live Chat.
A.
Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. As we are entering the end of February, coming into spring break, this has been a very, very busy year. Black YouTube, Black Hollywood has not stopped with all of this tea, the news, the shenanigans, the foolery. Gigi, you have been going live nonstop for like 90 days now. Like, seriously. I've been watching. Like, there has not been enough stories. And this situation with Wendy is just so, some people may call it karma, but maybe it's everything coming full circle. Because let's not forget, Wendy is messy. Wendy is hella messy.
Yes.
And we all remember her conversation with Whitney, and Whitney had to get her together. Jersey versus Jersey, those two. Whitney had to get her together. Wendy, was like, Whitney, our beloved Nippy, I respect you, Wendy. I respect the hustle, but you really need to watch yourself and your place in that mouth. Whitney had to get Wendy together. And now all these little comments and all her little snide commentary against Whitney and other people. Look at Wendy's situation. I do feel bad for her. Superman can't fly. Julia Andrews, Mary Poppins, she cannot sing. And now Wendy Williams, the messiest woman coming out of Jersey by way of New York, does not remember the tea. She doesn't know the news anymore. Okay.
Yeah,
right.
she don't
When
even
it
know
comes
the
to her family,
Oscars anymore.
she doesn't, of all people, like, it's just interesting, of all the people. But when it comes to her money, and she is going to need, does this kind of remind you a little bit of, similar to Britney's situation, Britney Spears, where you do need a conservatorship, you do need someone who is on your side, who has a fiduciary duty on your side. You made a great point. Her son is not ready for this. And plus, he should not be put into this position. This is a very, very heavy, expensive. He is not mentally ready. It is not fair. He is 21. He needs to grow up, become an adult, and live his life. Kevin cannot do that. He chases hoes. Kevin also is kind of particular towards Tasha K. He comes off, just real hustler, just like Jigga Man.
He's a selfish man. He don't love Wendy. He's a very selfish man. And tell me this, Miss Lady A, why didn't his father instill disciplining that boy? Why didn't his father instill independence to work and do on your own? I know a lot of rich people, and they do not allow their kids to live off, their wealth. They want to teach their kids, you have to make it out here on your own. If anything ever happened to them, then what?
Well, remember, Kelvin, I think his name is Kelvin, not Kevin, but Kelvin, I think.
Oh, Calvin, you right.
He's not only, I think he's not only handling, please correct me if I'm wrong, he's managing Wendy and also her relationship to Dunbar Murray. So he's also handling Wendy and the production company. Plus, he also has a side female and a baby. And, Shakina, her name, she looks like a handful. She doesn't seem to be that smart. I don't even know why he was with her. I think, maybe she cooked. And one of your other callers said she's Jamaican. So I'm assuming she can cook, and wine, wind her hips.
The reason why I think he was with her because he did not love Wendy in that way. It was a business for him, and I think he probably felt like he was looking out for Wendy, and Wendy was looking out for him with allowing him to have so much freedom and access to that money. And he wanted a woman that is submissive and that will look at him in a certain light. Wendy is not. Wendy is a boss in her own thing. And I felt like he possibly wanted a relationship, just a regular relationship. And of course, you can't get that with Wendy because Wendy is so consumed with trying to be famous and breaking stories. So that's why I think that
also,
he tipped
Gigi,
out.
You need to also include the fact that he's so involved in her career. I know your people in your live chat and you, Kelly Clarkson from American Idol. Her husband was also managed. He was very involved in her career. Ooh, her divorce settlement, it's big. She pays him out big time, on top of child support. That's Kelly Clarkson. Another example, I think they were divorced. Shania Twain. You remember Shania Twain from back in the day? Her husband, Mutt Lange, I believe also managed her. When they separated, she had to pay big time. You pay big time. When these men are involved with you and they're involved in you making them money and all they do is help you make money, because if she had to divorce him, like a formal divorce where it wasn't messy like this, because there's a good chance that Wendy may have caused the chaos with Kelvin to help mitigate or reduce whatever negative impact could have occurred to her during a divorce. Because remember, they're divorcing in New York State, and also unrelated note, notice how we know about their divorce. We don't know about Kenya Moore. We have nothing in Georgia, nothing in New York. I'm divorced. I'm just saying, I'm sorry, but I had to bring that out. But we have all this information in New York in regards to Wendy and Kelvin. Like there's a very, just have to think about these things. These payouts are big. When you are a successful woman, especially in these liberal states, you will have to pay these men. So we don't know the full totality of her situation with her husband because he's also like a husbander type who had a side piece. So we don't know how their wealth and they may even bring him in. She was married to him. The good thing is that they no longer have children who are underage. So we don't have to worry. Maybe that's what Wendy was doing, waiting until her son was out of the child support age. We don't know the full story. It's like there's a lot going on with Wendy, but it could be a lot worse. Like imagine if she was still dealing with Kelvin. She now, remember, it's not her husband. We're now looking for conservatorship.
Wait, hold on.
So that's a good.
Yeah.
Right.
Hold on. I'm going to interrupt you. Now, YouTube Street says,
Yeah,
so what though? This woman was doing her job. She didn't hurt anyone physically. But you know what, YouTube Streets? When you put your mouth on somebody, you hurt them worse. It is more hurtful to hurt somebody spiritually, verbally, and emotionally than physically. That physical hit, that's going to heal, okay, in a couple of days or weeks. But that emotional scar, what you put in your mouth, They said life and death lie in the tongue. And now that's Bible, okay? So it's hurtful. So it's not no so what. And you trying to make it seem like physical is worse than emotional and what comes out your mouth, and that's not the case. Okay? What you say to people can scar them, their mindset. It can destroy their mind in such ways that you may have people want to take themselves out of here. You may have people that drive them to drink, and who knows, okay, because of the words that came out your mouth. Wendy paved the way for all these bloggers and TV hosts. Yeah, she paved the way for people to be messy. She did. She paved the way for people to be more chaotic, to be more nasty, and to get away with it because Wendy did it. So everybody else want to expose people, drag them, and do this and do that. She did. I don't think it's a good thing for our society. I think it is entertaining for some, but I do not think it's a great thing for our society. I don't think it's needed. It's not essential in our society. So, hell, I'm not about to give her no damn award for that, for running that damn mouth. Shit, she did what she did. Okay, go ahead, Ed. What do you think about that, Lady A?
You made a good point. You really, really did. I was just listening to what you said. It kind of brings it all together. Like this is, like the logical conclusion. All of Wendy's decisions, actions, the power of the tongue. She was on network television. This is the logical conclusion of everything. Not that to blame her, but it's a lot of it's not just her addiction. She does have very serious mental issues, like you brought up Bruce Willis. Yeah. And on top of that, Gigi, you made the best point. Everybody you brought up, Bruce Willis, and there was a few other people you mentioned, their family members are protecting them.
Yes. Yes, they are.
Bruce Willis has a new wife. Bruce Willis, his ex-wife is Demi Moore. She's not about to mess things up. He has daughters of Demi Moore. Like, he has a lot of women. People, he's also, he's a Hollywood guy who are on his side and want to, his money's protected. I mean, at the very least, his money would just go to his daughters. Like, he has people who are on his side, like you said.
Yeah,
like his
but
family. Wendy doesn't seem to have that.
She don't have that. But Bruce Willis, I don't know him that well, but I didn't hear any negative reputation about him when he was live and well. Wendy had a
because
horrible...
you said it. You just explained it. You said his family, like they have their family. That's exactly it.
Wendy
seriously,
had
you just called it out.
Horrible reputation out here. But Bruce Willis, I do believe that he set it up so he was nice to people. He was warm to people. And when you're nice and you're warm to people with your family or outside the family, they're going to be there for you. They're going to show up and show out. Do you know it's so many parents in these nursing homes that's been horrible to their kids, and they are eating that shit up now because their kids don't want shit to do with them, parent or not. How you treat people while you're alive and well, it matters. It matters.
If I may ask you, Gigi, do you think it would be a good idea to have a court-appointed, like a trustee, just be the executor and just handle Wendy's estate, as opposed to her family? Have someone who handles Wendy's estate and have someone else who makes medical decisions, but when it comes to medical decisions, of course, talk to Wendy's son, and respectfully may need to also speak to Kelvin because they do share a child. So,
this is what I want to do. Lady A, what is Wendy Williams going to do with that money? She's not even in the mindset. What is she going to do?
Well, something similar to what Michael Jackson did with his estate and his children. You distribute or disperse Wendy's estate at specific times of her son's life. Like, for example, Michael Jackson's children, they receive a small, a few million per year each, but they don't get access to the big money. they're going to get big sums at certain periods of their life. Like when they turn 30, turn 35, 40, you'll get a lump sum, like an annuity type thing, but you're not just going to get access to MJ's money. Nobody does.
Well,
MJ
that's
has
good.
a state.
Yeah, they
MJ
should
has
do
an
it like
estate, and he
MJ
has
then.
very solid people
Yeah, they
who
should
handle
do.
his money.
They should do it like
Like
MJ
MJ
then.
goes to, like the Jackson family, they get like 20%. His kids will get like 20%, or so everyone gets like a percentage of MJ's money. And also remember there's wealth, like your asset, plus there's income. Wendy is still generating income. Like the Wendy Williams brand still gets money every year and pays taxes. That also has to go to someone and be handled by the estate. So it's not just Wendy's money that she accumulated, it's all of her assets, it's her intellectual property, it's the brand itself, the Wendy Williams brand itself, and all the money that's being generated. Just think like MJ. We all know NJ's estate generates money every year, but NJ has his catalog. MJ has property. MJ has this. MJ has that. Like, he's always making money. MJ, everything that he used to do back then. MJ's still making money from what he did in the 80s. Like, residuals are serious. Like what Nikki mentions, that these residuals are serious. Like that money, that back end, about that's what Monique should have gotten with that $50,000 plus residuals for Precious. I'm telling you, she should. I don't know why she didn't know that. She hangs out with Oprah. Everybody knows what it is. That's where the real money is at. So, and Wendy's going to have some of that. Also, who's negotiating with Denbar Murray? Because Wendy is still making income. Just because she's not on television doesn't mean she's not making revenue. So that's why it's not just her family. Is her family smart enough to handle like the Wendy Williams, Incorporated, the brand? Britney Spears is Brit Incorporated. Like, there's a business behind it. There's a brand. Somebody has to handle that, not just her life and not just her medical expenses and not just her children. You see what I mean, Gigi? There's a lot going on here, and I don't think her family is up to par. That's why it may be best to bring in someone court-appointed, like what happened with MJ.
Well, who's gonna bring somebody point accorded?
That's where we have to wonder. That's like having a trustee. Like when people file bankruptcy is not the state. That's the federal government. Like, Tasha K. There's a trustee who's going to be the third party who handles everything. So there needs to be like a third party, objective, not family, just somebody who's apart from all the emotion. Just like a smart nerd. There's like a smart person who just comes in. I just do my job. I keep it about the numbers, keep it objective, and someone who will have the trustee for the estate. And Wendy needs someone who has a fiduciary duty to Wendy, like a fiduciary duty. In essence, it would be your husband. It technically would be, but of course, Wendy doesn't have that luxury. So Wendy needs someone who legally is going to be on her side. When you have a conservatorship, there has to be somebody, I am on your side and the best for you. And what's the best for you?
How could she pick that if her brain is not there?
She wouldn't be able to. That's why the courts would get involved. And I'm sure maybe someone in the medical profession to attest to Wendy's state, her current mental state. But this is she's in New York. When New York understands mental illness better than anybody. I personally know this. The New York State, they know if there's anywhere who can do this and do this objectively and do it like an adult and do it really the best and has the background is the state of New York. Like, that's just my personal opinion. What I've personally encountered with the state of New York when it comes to those who are indigent, because we're now looking at Wendy being indigent. Like what happens to many addicts, they're indigent, and and that is an actual legal term. And that's where New York State is going to have to come in and probably they already have and get involved and do what is best for this patient, what is best for this person who possibly is going to have a legal conservatorship. So it's not just her family, and Steve Wilkos is correct, like them putting all her business out there, it looks bad on their part because, again, like you said, Gigi, like the family protecting. Having your business out here, especially a woman who is in a particular mental state, It just, and Steve Wilkos makes a very good point. You, Gigi, have made very good points. That's why I'm saying it is best to now bring in a third party and let that third party be determined by the New York State court system.
And the reason is you have to know how American and real world works. Okay? They feed off the ill and the people they feel like is not on their level. I think it would have been best if they or somebody would have hit Wendy and speak for Wendy like she's doing well. We gonna want X, Y, and Z so they can still feel like she is a strong figure. And that's when you can get what you want. But when people realize and the thing is off the left and we know that she's not mental capable of saying anything, oh hell yeah, we're gonna pressure to the limit because we know she's not in her right frame of mind. We saw the documentary and it's very
Who's making money off this documentary? Who's making money off this documentary?
I'm
Who's
assuming
getting the revenue? Because there's
who is
Who?
participating in it.
So her family's making money off her. The producer's making, like, if you see, like, all these people are making money off her brand, her name. Plus, this documentary is going to be generating revenue for years to come. So,
And
like,
this is
Wendy
going to
is
be
still
her
forever
brand.
making money.
This is her brand. This is the ending of her
Right,
brand.
this is her brand. So who's making money off the ending of her brand? Why is her brand ending in this fashion? Why is she not getting, like, you see, like, there's nobody on her side. Because at the very least, you protect the brand. There are people who are not going to play twice. You don't play games with MJ, Michael Jackson, his brand stays pristine. And they do a lot to protect Michael Jackson's name. They really do. Like, I see it running around. There was someone, I don't know if you're familiar with Glenn Beck. He was on Fox News. One of the people from Michael Jackson's estate went on Glenn Beck just to kind of promote, and they were creating a narrative to benefit Michael Jackson. So Michael Jackson has people who are sent out and paid to make sure his name stays gold. Like, they don't play games with MJ's, with his legacy. There are people who are on his side, people that the Michael Jackson estate pays to go out and make sure we had MJ's name in a good light. Let's go talk to this podcast. Let's go on this television show. Like, like in the 90s, Howard Stern even said that happened to him. Like, there are people coming to him to, like, talk about, MJ and how much, you're a fan and love him. So MJ stays on the grind. Like, his people, his estate, like what you said, like, there's people who are, protecting you, kind of what you mentioned before. Where is that for Wendy? It's like Wendy's family is so busy wanting to make money off her that they're not looking at what's best for her. And the fact that I as a Black woman, I'm over here saying that, yeah, we had to bring in the court system to be third party objective. That's concerning. Like, why should we even have that? But it looks like that may be a better option, because there doesn't seem to be anyone within Wendy's close familial circle who's on her side. On her side of her brand, her legacy, and the money that continues to come, and then the money that Wendy has made in the past, that's collecting interest.
Yeah.
Like, Wendy's son can't do this on his own. Everything that I'm saying, I mean, we're talking about Wendy's big time. She was on network television. Remember, Wendy's show can still be put on syndication. Remember back in the 90s, had all those 90s shows were on syndication for years. Ricky Lake, Sally, Jenny Jones, all of those shows were on syndication. Wendy's show can easily be on syndication, and when you're on syndication, that's where the big money is, Gigi.
But hold on, can Wendy?
Gigi.
Well, Wendy.
Syndication is big money.
Well, this is what I
money.
will say. When it comes to Ricky Lake and all those TV shows, they did it on topics. It wasn't on trendy news. If you redid the Wendy show, it wouldn't hit because it's old news. People like
Right,
trendy
I see your
stuff.
point. You're right.
And she's
But that
not
goes
like
back,
the
you're absolutely
other.
correct.
She's
It
not
goes
like
back
the
to her
other
brand,
hosts.
though, because she's
Like Jerry
messy.
Springer, you know, it wasn't about trendy news, and that makes me think I need to start doing more shows that's not so trendy, but just more like
Uh-huh.
everyday people
Topic.
issues. So therefore, it would
Topic.
never go stale. Cause when you do like trendy stuff, you know, I'm like she does hot topics, but
It
you know.
becomes obsolete. Like obsolete. That's what you mean. Like it becomes
Yeah,
obsolete.
cause
Like
let me
yeah, like
try
it's hot topic.
put up some gossip 5 years ago. Everybody knows shit. If you pull
Okay,
up a gossip 1 week ago,
but what
oh
about
that's
the
old,
View,
that's
Gigi? The
old,
View
that's
goes on
old.
syndication, and
Huh?
they have old top, like they do trending topics. The View,
Who?
the View's been on syndication. The View, like The View and Wendy, the difference is Wendy's by herself and The View is like a group. But they both do trending topics, like you're saying, but The View still isn't syndication. You're not wrong, Gigi. You're not wrong. I'm just saying is that you're both correct. Like there's trending topics, yeah, you're correct, yes. And also, Gigi, do like topics. A good example I've been wanting to talk to you about, Gigi. Okay, so Krishan, that tattoo on her face. There was a young woman who was on Oprah's show. She called herself Danger. I kid you not, Gigi. She called herself Danger. She was on Oprah's show because Oprah was really worried about her. She also tattooed her face. She was a very light-skinned woman with curly hair, but she was kind of off, and Oprah was really concerned. So that could be like something that you could talk about, like women tattooing these characters on their faces. Could there be, what could drive them to that point? We could be honest about, like the mental stability discussion.
Yeah, let's talk
Krishan
about
did have a
man
child.
worship.
So something
Man
like
worship.
that.
Yes.
Why would a woman tattoo her face? Like,
What
why
about
would a young woman
stop the men
tattoo her face?
worship? Stop the men worship. It's too much men worship. Obsessed. But yep. So
It is obsession. It is obsession. Uh-huh.
so I'm reading here, and what else they're saying? Wendy is literally being neglected in the documentary, financially, medical, and physically. Lady A, what are your thoughts on that?
She is being neglected. There's because she doesn't have anyone on her side, and her son cannot handle this. Like you said, he's 21. He's 21, and this is above him. He's not ready for this, and it's not fair.
God.
It's not fair.
When
Like
somebody
her,
have dementia like that, do you try to teach them like what they don't know? Like if they forget 1, 2, 3, do you teach them that, or is it a waste of time?
of course you do.
Because
No. What about assisted living? How about Wendy go to assisted living, like a really posh place in New York? One of those really, really wealthy places. We could call it retirement home, but a place where Wendy will have care. So those places are very expensive. Those are places that are expensive. So Wendy's money could pay for that, and Wendy will be with professionals, people who are specialized to understand Wendy's current condition. And this is, this is what they go to school for. This is what they do for a living. And, her family can go visit, whatever. But have Wendy be in a home, or have someone, because Wendy may not want to leave her, her townhome, her place, or have someone come to Wendy's place 3-4 times, a week, 3-4 times, during the week, and check on Wendy, make sure she takes her medication, just see about her. And also have someone who is a fiduciary duty to handle Wendy's affairs. Because Wendy does need a third party, someone who has a fiduciary duty to look after Wendy's affairs. And also her son's affairs. Because I remember Wendy mentioning her son having an inheritance, Wendy making sure her son has money for college. So we all know Wendy's wants to take care of little Kelvin. So just making sure Wendy's estate, her affairs are handled, and also Wendy's income, because Wendy's going to be receiving income indefinitely. Wendy's still making income as we speak. Wendy is in syndication. Wendy's show, when they can broadcast Wendy's show worldwide. That like syndication is big money, big money. And these talk shows, Gigi, these talk shows, they go worldwide. These soap operas, these soap operas, they go worldwide. That's why they're able to make all this money. And now that we have new markets opening around the world, like Mexico, Europe loves this stuff. I'm telling you, Europe loves Wendy. Okay, I'm being real serious. Australia, Asia, China alone, Lord, China could retire. If Wendy was still Wendy, China would retire her. They would. They just they love that. Like these are new markets. So Wendy's making money. She's making money. Somebody needs to be there to watch her affairs, and of course distribute Wendy's money. I'm sure her family wants some. Give them a few thousand to quiet their holler. Maybe, we never know. Like Britney Spears. Britney Spears' father was the conservatorship, but there was someone else also handling the estate, her money. There was also someone managing Britney's business, her actual career. Someone helping, with, medical. So, Britney take her medication. So Wendy needs that too.
Yeah, she does.
Mm-hmm.
She
like
needs
someone
a
come
lot.
to her home. What about Black China? Black China visiting Wendy. That helps Wendy. We could have people come visit Wendy. That could also be broadcasted if, Wendy's okay with that, if her team is okay with that.
But how can
People
she be
visiting
okay
Wendy.
with that when
Nene
she's not
Leakes,
in the right
Nene
frame of
Leakes visiting
mind?
Wendy.
But how can she be okay with that if she's not in the right frame of mind? She cannot consent.
Well, I mean, working with Wendy, if her doctor and the conservator and the fiduciary, if they feel the person who has the duty on her behalf, if they feel comfortable, because we never know, things may change. Things may change. Wendy's condition may change. We don't know. We know that she's ill, but we don't know how she may improve. There may be a possibility. I'm on her side. If we never see her again, so be it. But whatever is best for her, where she's not being used and exposed and taken advantage of. That's priority number one.
I think
whatever is best for Wendy.
Every time you see Wendy, you're never going to get the old Wendy back. That's gone. And when people look at Wendy, even when you saw her with Black China, it was so depressing.
Yeah.
Unless people are, people are into depressing, but that would change her whole brand. It would just it feel like sympathy, because people can't be themselves. They have to feel sorry for her.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, is this a wrap though? Is Wendy just never ever going to be present ever again?
It's like this. You have a boxer that is very strong and he's always knocking people out. So now that same boxer, he has one leg and crutches and one arm. Who really going to feel comfortable going to the ring with him? Her brain is not there.
Gigi, her brain is not there, then there may need to be conversations about moving Wendy to assisted living in New York or in Jersey, where she's from.
Possibly.
Because she's a brand, she's public, she's a celebrity. If she can't do what she does, because Wendy could easily go, that direction of being even bigger than Joan Rivers. Wendy really was bigger than Joan Rivers and from Jersey. She really was definitely doing it. If Wendy cannot keep it at that level, at the very least, because Joan Rivers did fall ill.
Are they trying to push Bruce to do movies?
No,
Right.
No, it doesn't appear to be at all.
Allow
not at
him
all.
to rest. This is the time to rest, not time to try to. It's not time for the audience to be selfish. For the audience that want her to be the old Wendy, that is so selfish of them. And of course, we are a selfish society. We want to see what we want, but that's not considerate of her and her well-being. When she get reviewed bad, when you get into Hollywood and when you do interviews, that is a tough position. She's not mentally there to carry that thick skin. She don't have it. You see, she cried every goddamn question. Watching them ask them questions is like sitting up there asking a 5-year-old. Well, what did it? You're not talking to an adult. It didn't feel like I was talking to an adult. It felt like I was talking to somebody with special needs. It felt like you have to be gentle with that person. You have to be very considerate. You have to hold their hand because you don't want to trigger them and feel the wrong way. And you know that stress is, it plays a lot on your health. She cannot handle stress like you can handle stress. She cannot handle stress like Wendy can handle stress. Being that old Wendy Williams, that is still a job. That is still stressful. Look what it cost her to be now at 59 years old. That job was very stressful. Of course, she did it like it was nothing. But hell, could you imagine being in front of people and people criticizing you and talking about you and you talking about everybody's business? People hate you for talking about everybody's business. And then your whole shit, that's a lot to deal with. But, she came off like she was just strong. But it got the best of her, and we all know she was on that Tina Snow for a long time. She was on that Tina Snow for almost most of her life. So that I'm sure that has to play a role.
Yeah. Well, let's think about this, Wendy. Let's remember something. These women who do these morning shows, you have to literally be there. I think at like 3 or 4 in the morning every day. You have to be there. I know, like, part of the contract, you get picked up and taken to the studio, but imagine how exhausting that has to be, and you're doing that for how many decades? Because that's also Wendy radio. Like, imagine having to be at the job, and then you're not behind a computer, like you're in front of a studio audience, you're in front of the United States, you're on camera, and you're working like 14, 15, 16 hours every single day.
Hold on,
and you
I
have to be on, and you have to be on 8 plus.
That's a lot. But the stress of it all, J99. When I'm talking to somebody, a conversation can just cause me stress if somebody even mentions something. Or if somebody's talking about a story and I hear that and I get stressed out. When I watch news coverage, when I'm sitting up here and I'm talking about this person going through that, I get stressed. It is stressful going through these damn stories. She should not be in that position with her health because she cannot handle that stress. Stress will kill you. I don't know if you guys realize that. Stress, all it is, overthinking. That can trigger you and take you out of here. It will be a dilemma to your health. I tell some of my family members, why are you stressing about that? If somebody comes to them with a problem, they already stressing and worrying. It's not even their problem to take care of, but they stressing and worry. They overthink. That's why some people say, don't tell me shit. I can't take it. Okay, because just the thought of it will stress people out. Do you understand? And she is not in the place. That's what I'm telling y'all. That stress will eat her up alive. No, she been drinking all this time because she is stressed. Why would you want to put her in a stressful position? Just so you can get some more entertainment out of her?
Gigi, you're of course correct. It's just the fact at 59 years old, like that's not old like that. At 59.
Yeah, but you see her condition. They showed you the documentary. She's not able. But hold on. I'm going to put you on hold for 1 second. Calling from 111. You're live from the air. Welcome to the Messy Sweet Spot. What are your thoughts about all of this?
What she's saying, she's neglecting the whole situation. The brand belongs to Wendy. She stopped everybody. But now it's the contract that her husband has, I told y'all, he kept her in a legal situation, and they pushing her to use her. You bleeding the turnip till you go and make it dry. She's been abused, neglected by the medication. They're called protocol, they're called HIPAA, and she got the right to sue. If the son is still in her care, he at the University of Miami, they make sure her name stay on there first because she have to pay the bills. They lied on him because that school is over $100,000. I know because mine's graduated from there. You see, when people go to talking, they talk cheap and long. When you got to hide a son like that with money, it takes to put him in a expensive place and down in South Beach, Coral Gables. Okay? That school ain't nothing to play with. I had to sign everything I got to keep her there. You cannot, until they graduate, you still responsible. So that child, everybody trying to take everything from that son. I told you I'm going to give you the answer. I'm just waiting on everybody else to clock the clock and try to figure it out. But what she's saying, she's playing both sides of the table. She need to quit it because it don't matter what time you get up. She's sundown and she's confused off the medication. She have right to sue, and if she goes to another state, New York is out, and they trying to bleed to keep her there. So you versus where she's at now versus what they want. The husband's still waiting on them to get it back to New York or wherever this show is. I told you I'm going to tell y'all what it is to go down that rabbit hole, and I'll talk to y'all later, and I'm out.
All right. I don't think Wendy Williams is in the place to fight anything. So I don't know how that will happen. You guys want Wendy to come out and be the people champ?
So there's Wendy, and then there's Wendy's estate.
We'll break that
Those are
down
two
because people
separate
may not understand.
There's two separate entities. Yeah, there's her estate and all the liabilities and assets and responsibilities and obligations, the money of Wendy's estate. That also includes her brand. We don't know which state Wendy's estate is attributed to. Like there's the estate itself. Which state? I'm sure Wendy's incorporated. Wendy's been in this business for a very long time. Where is her money? Like we've heard about Wendy's bank accounts, but when it comes to Wendy, her brand, which would be part of the estate, I'm assuming that's going to be New York State. I'm just assuming that. Or maybe even New Jersey, wherever
so
it's
the place
incorporated.
that she stay in now, who's paying for it? If her money is tied up, who's paying for it?
Wendy's paying for it, the estate.
But you just,
Wendy's estate's paying for it.
So her money is not tied up.
Oh. So Wendy's being paid for. Like they're going to make sure Wendy has income. That's the thing. She has income. Wendy's estate receives revenue. It receives income. I don't know. There has to be that's what I'm saying. Like a trustee. There's someone who is handling the money now. There's someone because again, what is her legal state? Is Wendy considered indigent? Where is she? Is Wendy living? Where does she reside? Where she legally resides? Wendy may stay in any other state, in the country, but where does Wendy legally reside? Plus, remember, she had issues. Remember, was it Wells Fargo that put some sort of lock on her account? So, there's quite a bit going on with Wendy, but we just don't know where her estate is. But
well, Will know. Don't Will, the manager, know?
Probably, because he's probably getting paid. He probably knows. It's more than likely not him. Will, the manager, is not managing her estate. Heck no. No way.
I'm saying
no
he
way.
knows a lot more,
No
probably. He probably knows where she lives at.
Oh,
and
yeah,
all
he
that.
knows who it is. He knows all that. But when coming to Wendy's estate, especially when we're having discussions in regards to someone being an indigent, like I cannot care for myself. These are the conversations we are having now with Wendy. Wendy cannot care for herself. Therefore, who else will then be that trustee to, number one, care for Wendy's estate and care for Wendy's personhood? Like there's Wendy the person. Remember, again, back with Britney. There's Britney, her estate, and then there's Britney the person. There's Britney the person. Because Britney's estate and Britney the person is responsible for children, minor children. That has to be paid. That's child support. That someone is going to handle and assure that's taken care of. The previous caller made a good point because Colin is if he's enrolled in school, Wendy's taking care of that. I know because I remember Wendy mentioned that that's something that's very important to her is her son's education. That's of course going to be taken care of by Wendy's estate, and he's probably getting he's getting some money as well. When you're in school and you're the child, the estate will take care of you. That I know. If you are a student, especially at Kelvin's age, the estate will take care of you. They will take care of you to make sure that you are taken care of because you are a student. Just like, like Obamacare, like you can be on your parents' insurance until you're 26, as long as you're enrolled in school. So there's laws that protect these children, like Kelvin, who's in a position where where his mother is possibly considered to be a legal indigent. So he's going to be taken care of.
Okay.
Right.
Hold on. We got another caller.
I know. Yeah,
Calling
your
from
live.
6.
Yeah, your live chat's getting petty.
You're fine. You're
their
fine.
feelings are getting
You're
hurt.
fine, Lady A. Calling from 616. You're live on the air. How you doing? What are your thoughts about all of this?
Hello, Messy.
Yes. How you doing?
How you doing? I'm from Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Oh, that's nice.
This is what I want to say, Messy. First of all, Wendy will always want to make sure that her son is provided for, no matter what. If other people is going to come around, whether we rich, poor, it doesn't matter. If people know that something's wrong, they're going to come around, family, friends, and all of that. Wendy may be sick, but we all know Wendy may want to make sure that's her only son. I don't care. Wendy has lots of money. She will want to make sure that her son is taken care of no matter what, no matter if she know what's going on or not. When people come in and take over, that's because it's already been investigated that a lot of Wendy's money is going places it shouldn't go. It was nobody around, obviously, that anybody felt that could go and, control the money. Britney Spears, her dad was able to do that. Why? Because maybe he wasn't just, spending the money up. Them people know what they're doing. Nobody should be worried about Wendy money but Wendy and her son. That's it. That's it. Regardless if Wendy is sick, senile, whatever's going on, Wendy is still Wendy. Wendy is an icon. She gonna be an icon. These white people wanna express, they always trying to throw stuff in and all of that stuff. You cannot take away her dream, like she said. She lived her dream. She did what she was supposed to do. She might be sick, but you think that movie, you see what she said. No, I'm not wearing that. I'm wearing this. I want this. I want to look the best. No, I look a mess. She that smart to know I don't look like I used to, and that's not me. Period.
Yeah, we saw that, but we also knew she didn't know who people were. She didn't know what the Oscars were. She was in and out. She was not fully capable. She was not there. We also see her degrade people. We also people. Well, hold on, because I let you talk. Why are you over talking me?
Go ahead.
When you was talking, I was quiet, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes. So we have seen that, but we also seen the negative side in that she's not completely there. And it was very sad and depressing to watch.
Yes, it was. And if she in her right mind or whatever else, I personally don't think Wendy will want all of that to be shown. I really don't. I don't think she would. I just don't think she would want all of that to be shown, whether it's a fact or not. Any of us could be in our darkest moment, whether we have money or not, and we would not want the whole world to see us like that at our lowest. And I just don't think that Wendy would like for that to be shown. It shouldn't be shown. That's her private life, like we all have private life. And again, like I said, only person that Wendy gonna make sure and will out of mind, however you want to call it, she's gonna want her son to be taken care of.
I
Period.
agree. I agree with you.
And that's just the bottom line. And they need to get that lady her money and stop playing.
So if they give her her money and she's not in the right frame of mind,
She in the right frame of mind because she said, I want my money.
that makes you in the right frame of mind. So when they do a test on her and they find that she's not, then what?
That's what they say. That's what they say. And that's what they want us to believe. That's what they say. Bruce Willis had the same thing, but when his family was able, y'all got to pay attention to what's really going on and not what they trying to show us. They want to embarrass us and make us look bad and, ooh, I'm losing my mind and, oh, I have dementia and
But
all
her
of that.
family is the one
any
that
of
did
us
that.
might get that.
But her family
But
is
they're
the
not
one that
exploiting
put the.
everybody.
But
Did you see a documentary on Bruce Willis? No, you did not.
but his
'Cause
family
Bruce
didn't
Willis
do
got
it.
too much.
And
Because
his
he got
family
too
would
much
not allow
money,
it.
and it wouldn't have been allowed. Y'all got to look at the bigger picture, like that lady that came on when she told them that them black people was with Donald Trump back in the day.
So
Y'all
why
got to pay attention.
why did her family
No, y'all know.
why did her family participate in the documentary then?
Who, Wendy family?
Yeah,
Man, they don't care about
participated.
Wendy.
They
Man,
partic-
so what? Anybody will participate to get on TV. If that's your family and if you really, 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 really care, them people would have never been able to get close to Wendy and that money. And that's 100% real talk. They would have never had a chance to get close to Wendy if her sister and niece and they would have never been able to get close to Wendy or that money or nothing else if they was in her life like that. We all know how families do. Everybody want a piece of the pie. Whatever. I ain't see them people on the Wendy Williams show when she was doing the show, and I've been watching it since it first came out. How you doing? Period. All I'm saying is it's bigger than what they trying to show us. They want to take away her legacy and her icon. That's what they want to do. And they want to show the worst parts of her. Y'all ain't showing these white people that's the same way out here and worse. They got way more money than Wendy, but y'all not making no documentary about them. Y'all got to pay attention to what's going on out here.
So who is to blame? Are you saying Will is to blame or no?
Nobody is to blame. Life is life. Life's on life. It ain't nobody to be to blame about nothing. We all do what we do. We all got to go see the maker for those who that believe. Those who don't, they going to see who they see. It don't matter. The bottom line is everything goes how it's supposed to go in life. The thing is you got to figure out who in your corner when you really, really need them and who going to be there. That's what the Lord trying to show us. Believe what you want to believe. Say what you want to say. I'm telling you what it is.
Did that account for how she treated people before she got sick?
Well, what I just say, everything went the way it was supposed to go. If that's what she did, then okay, this part of whatever that's got to go on. It goes back to what I just said. And probably stuff she did worse than that we don't even know. But it ain't for us to judge. But people can do what they want to do in this life, rich, poor, it don't matter. At the end of the day, when it comes time for whatever to go down, just make sure you're ready. And just make sure that if you ain't or you halfway ready, you got at least one good person in your corner that's going to ride for you. Because all that money ain't going to mean nothing when you alone, as we can see.
If you were in Wendy Williams' shoes, would you have family members that will protect you?
Yes, of course. More than one. I have 3 kids, grown, successful. They all would. And if they didn't, somebody in my family will, yes. And I got people close to me that I wouldn't dare leave a dime that think I would. like I said, life's on life, and it's going to go how it got to go. Whether you good out here, whether you bad out here, it don't matter. You got to reap whatever you put out here. The key is you better be strong enough, you better be ready, and you better hope somebody in your corner got your back. And that's it. And you have a good day, man.
So is it good? Would you? Oh, thank you,
me?
baby. I said, so is it good to invest in friendship and familyship while you're still in good health?
Yes.
How important is that?
You got to listen. I'm 52 years old. I got 3 grown kids. I had my first at 16. I've been out here in these streets. My oldest is 34. She a nurse. I've been out here in these streets. I've been around all type of people. I moved to Grand Rapids with nothing by myself. I have no family here, nobody. I got me a good job. I got me a nice apartment that I like. I pay my own bills. I see who I want to see because I already been out here in these streets. And what I'm trying to tell you is when it comes time for you to pay for what you did, good or bad, you better be ready to deal with it. Because if you ain't, them people that you think gonna be there and change your diaper and all of that, trust and believe they ain't gonna do it. The same one smiling in your face, they ain't gonna do it. Get put out. Get through off air right now and get broke. And let me see how many people come and help you. That's all I'm gonna say. I might be right, I might be wrong, but that's my opinion. I was just calling. I didn't even know I was going to get on here, but yeah.
Well, people love you. They love your energy. They love you.
The Lord just told me. The Lord just told me, girl, I'm just telling you. And that's for everybody that's listening. We black, we got to stick together. They trying to make Wendy look bad, her sister, her niece, bad. If y'all really cared, Wendy wouldn't have never been there. They wouldn't have been able to get close to Wendy. Y'all were not there. Y'all not getting no money. The only person that needs some money is her son. Period. That's it. And take care of Wendy. That's it. She lived her dream, if nothing else. She did a lot of stuff that she wanted to do.
Yeah, she did get her dream. She got what she wanted out of this.
Thank you. And maybe sometimes the Lord give you just that.
Yeah. Do you think that what she asked for came with a price?
I don't think it came with a price because she couldn't have predicted or knew what was going to happen. So you can't say it came with a price, no.
Because, you know, people always say when you get into Hollywood, it comes with a price. When you want success in Hollywood, it comes with a price.
Well, and that goes back to you. What's the price you're willing to pay? What you're willing to do? It still goes back to what I said. Whatever you do out here in this life and in these streets, good or bad, you might get away with it. And it might look all fabulous and you might enjoy it. But for you to think you just going to just do that and not pay for what you did, that's ignorant. And no matter which way it comes, it's coming.
Yeah,
you can't stop it.
Just like you eating all them cheeseburgers and French fries. It might not hit you now, but when you get older, it's going to hit you. It's going to come with a price.
Yeah, and when you get, it's going to be what you're right. It's going to be worse when you get older because now you're not going to care. So you're just going to let it pile up.
If you're not working out and if you're not taking care of your body, it's going to come with a price.
Yes, it is. Especially when you get older. Yeah. Because now you're going to have to go to menopause and all this other stuff, and you out of shape. You look like Bell Tire. And you got to deal with that because you didn't want to quit eating them cheeseburgers. That's exactly what I said. You can do what you want in life. The Lord already told us that. You can. The Lord never said we couldn't.
Yeah,
what he did say?
Free will. Free
what
will.
He did
free
say,
will.
Free will. But what he did say is, now, if you be careful of which way you're trying to go. and the sacrifices you're trying to make. You got to be careful the stuff you agree to do and the people you be around. You do. Wendy gonna be all right, and them people need to go on about their business. Let Kevin Jr. get his money and take care of Wendy. Make sure whatever Wendy want, Wendy get. We all know whatever they're trying to show, she still got money. So y'all can go on with that. We ain't turning against her. We still on her side, and boo hoo hoo. Because I have yet to see a documentary about those other type of colored people or non-colored people. I'm still looking for one.
Well, they're not going to do it because their family not going to allow it.
Thank you. And that goes back to what I just told you. If her family really, really cared, they would have never got close to Wendy. You just said it yourself. No, because their family would not allow it. Exactly my point that I made earlier. If Wendy's family really, really cared about her, they would have did the same thing. And the people would have never got in their business. That's it.
Yeah. Well, Lady A, do you think that Wendy has a lot of enemies out here?
Not enemies, but people who, honestly, I really don't think people are against her. I do people that are trying to get her money and feel bad for her, but they want the money. They see dollar signs. They know Wendy's brand is going to continue generating revenue, and they want a piece of the pie. That's why I think all these vultures are coming out saying that they love Wendy and they're on her side and they're worried about her. All these people are coming out now. Where were they before? Because, Wendy has not, she's been ill, and she had mentioned that on the show that, she had, some health issues. Where were they then? But they're all coming out in full force, and everyone is trying to make money off of her. And they're all doing these interviews, like her niece. It's just a lot of people, like ancillary people, are all coming out, and they all want to get at this money. Like, they all want, even if it's like a piece of the money, they just want this money. So I don't think she has enemies. I think she has vultures.
Got it. Well, you hear that, Miss Tally? Tally talking about that was a dumbass question I asked. Everybody got enemies. Well, honey, everybody don't feel that way because Lady A says she don't have enemies. She has vultures, okay? Hell. Tally always running with the mouth. I don't mind. Just keep the comments coming. Thank you for the comment. Shit. Keep them comments coming, girl. Keep them coming. My goodness. So I wonder, where is it going to head next? Are we going to see Wendy Williams again? Is this the last time we see Wendy Williams? Is this the last time we see her son and her husband and Will? Or does the saga continues? I do know they do have to go to court. Wendy's guardian is taking Lifetime to court, so I guess we have that to look forward to.
Is this guardian asking for money?
No, she's not
Wendy's
asking for
guardian.
money. I think she tried to block. I think they did this video and use Wendy image and her brand without their consent. That's what I'm assuming. I'm not sure because Wendy Williams, she's not just Wendy Williams. I think you guys know that. Wendy Williams, she is a brand. Even though I don't know if she owns her brand or she's connected with somebody else. I don't know if she signed her way for Wells Fargo to protect her brand. But it's some signature, it's some contracts that I believe that she did sign when she was well and did not trust anybody else.
Well, we do know Wendy had her arrangement, her contract with the production company, Dunbar Murray. So there's that because they're getting money off Wendy. They're going to get money off Wendy, and then of course they have to also pay Wendy as well because of her show. The show is still generating money. So like you said, you can't just use Wendy's image. You can't just put Wendy out there without permission. Again, Wendy's brand, and is Wendy appropriately getting compensated?
Yeah, because you can copyright, like anybody out here, you can copyright your image, like you can copyright your name so nobody can't use it.
Even how you doing, there's a good chance Wendy may have already put a copyright or a trademark on that right there. Even like the style of Wendy's name, Wendy, I believe that's trademarked as well. So there's a lot going on here. That
So
we're going
did
to
Lifetime
hear
do
about this
all
for the
their
next.
paperwork correctly? It seems like Lifetime possibly did not do all the paper, did not cross their T's and dot their I's.
They may have not known Wendy. They may have not known Gigi because, like, who is the executor of, like, who's the executor of Wendy's estate? That's a good question. Wendy has a guardian, but who's the executor of the estate? Because the guardian and the executor, they need to work together because we're talking about someone who has an active brand. Wendy may not be active, but her brand is active. I mean, we're talking about her now. So she's generating content, clicks, views. That's money. Who's handling that? That's like you see, like we have the guardian going to court. Like, okay, who is the guardian and where is their place when it comes to Wendy's life and of course her brand and her money? We don't know the executor. We don't know that necessarily. Like who all of these people are. There's still so much going on with Wendy. Also, someone kind of touched on something. Wendy is, this is a medical case. We're not supposed to know a lot of information about Wendy's medical state, her medical information, because that is protected. That's health information. That's under HIPAA. So there's limited information that we really should be discussing and that these people who are supposed to be representing Wendy should be talking about. Like you just don't go out there giving out her business like that. And that goes back again, Gigi, to what you said about, protected, who's Bruce Willis. I mentioned Britney. We don't even know Britney's real mental state. We don't really know what happened to Britney because everything is under medical record, which changes everything. That needs to also be attributed to Wendy, like her privacy, her medical privacy, and her personal privacy. Is this being protected? Not just her brand and the money.
What do you think about Britney? I think Britney ruined her brand. I get tired of seeing that hoe on the internet, all that dancing with them panties on. Britney, if you don't sit your ass down somewhere. But, it seemed like she don't care. She just want to express herself, but it seemed like some screws is kind of loose. What are your thoughts about Miss Britney?
And that's why she has a conservator, and a manager and the executor of her estate and her dad. There's clearly people who are watching because they were making money for Britney. Britney was flat broke before her dad got involved. And he came in, cleaned up, and put money back into the brand. So is someone going to come in, clean up Wendy's situation, and start putting money back into the brand? Wendy also, remember, Wendy's a producer. I know many of us were not happy about it, but she did put together the Aaliyah movie. So Wendy also is a member of, I think she's a member, at least the producers union, because you can't just produce the movie if you're not part of the union. So Wendy has money coming from there. Wendy has money coming from all her movies. So there's a lot going on with Wendy. So who's handling all of this? Because it's not Kelvin and it's not little Kelvin.
Mm-hmm. When y'all find out, let me know. But I don't think nothing wrong with Britney dancing. But Britney Spears
and the swords. Remember the knives? Gigi?
Yeah,
she had knives.
I don't care for all that. But Britney,
she was throwing knives. She's over
Brit-
here thinking like Mortal Kombat Britney. Oh, Gigi
Uh,
was funny.
but
Yeah,
Britney
for real,
Spears, her
thinking they were
brand,
swords.
it does not match with her brand. Her brand was like iconic, not looking a mess, so it messes up her brand. But I guess it's fine for, just dancing in some panties. I'll be thinking, damn, what are her sons thinking about this shit? Ooh, I'll be like, I'm so glad that ain't my mama. Shit.
Oh, Gigi, I know we're talking about Britney. The Suns talked about it. There's footage. If you want a Britney live, the Britney live's gonna be rough. But there's plenty of footage to answer your questions. What her sons think about it? Oh, it's
I
rough.
can't imagine. I would be so.
There's a lot out
Mom,
there.
put some clothes on. Sit your ass down somewhere. You did that when you was young. We get it. Now you in your 40s, 50s. Come on now. Let's keep it to the brand, because the brand is the business. But, we live in time. Well, people don't care because, shit, I fucked up my brand plenty of times. But I did it with my good mind. I'm not crazy. Even though people accuse me of being crazy, I'm in my goddamn mind. Shit. Honey, okay? I had to giggle on that one, okay? So what is your thoughts about Mr. Steve? Do you think he was in his right place to speak on this, or do you think he was out of line?
Who are you talking about, Gigi?
Steve, the guy that spoke out.
That Steve Wilkos, that was great to hear someone like him who's been in the industry. He knows the business. He knows Wendy, and he spoke like on her side. So I think that was good because at least he's coming, not just someone like who knows Wendy personally, has experienced the professional side of Wendy. That's really important because Steve coming and discussing Wendy, he's speaking about Wendy as the professional. He's speaking about Wendy, the brand. And he knows, just like we know, Wendy is A+. She's on par. She's on point. He knows it. He's experienced it. So when he's mentioning, hey, she just doesn't look right, this is coming off very exploitative, he has every right to speak. And I'm glad he did because he's someone else who is coming from the same background as Wendy. Like, he does the exact same thing. And he's been on her show. And he's experienced her professionalism. What's one thing about Wendy? Even Trump, Wendy's a professional. Trump loves Wendy too. Wendy's just that girl. She knows how to do it. She's a brand marketer. She has really, coming in from radio. Who else from radio is at Wendy's level? And Wendy is 90s radio. Everyone from 90s radio is dead, done, buried, career or themselves. Wendy is the only one from her league. Like, she's the only one from her class. She did what could not be done. Actually, the only person from radio who even came close to Wendy is Rush Limbaugh. Think about it, Gigi. Who else from radio has
Rush
come
dead?
to this level of height?
Oh,
Who?
didn't he die? Rush, didn't he die?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he has a crazy story, too. I should tell you about that. His story is crazy.
I used to
Gigi.
watch
Rush
some
Limbaugh,
of his. I used to watch some of his shows, even though I wasn't a fan. But I don't know. I got this thing. I like watching passionate, sometimes conservative mindsets. I don't know why, but
me too.
I'm intrigued.
So just to answer your question, I'm glad Steve came on.
People are saying that Kevin Hunter, her son, spending habits triggered her guardianship. Did he not know that this would trigger? Did he read the contract? What was it?
Who, Kelvin? Kelvin Jr. or Kelvin
They
the
said his
husband?
name is Kevin. Kevin Jr. That's what it said in the article. It don't say no Calvin. It says Kevin.
No, they said his name is Kelvin. But to answer your question, how does he even have access to the money like that? Like someone already mentioned, he's a student. He's going to receive money, and he can spend his money however he wants. He's not. How can he touch her money? He's not the executor of her estate.
Well, maybe.
So how could it trigger anything?
Maybe. Okay, just
Whatever
like my
money,
mama can
he
give
has
me
access to it.
What
He's
if
her child.
What if he had the credit card, took the credit card and swiped? Because I know sometimes Like if I swipe too much, they'll cut my ass off. They say I'm spending too much, or they think
All
it's
right, then cut
fraud.
it off. But how would that trigger negativity on Wendy? Like, I think there's,
Maybe
to
because
answer
she's
your
not
question,
in
I
her
don't
right
think
frame of mind, and they know, well, what does she need with all that money? Well, 100 here and 100 that. I don't know. I'm just, coming up with a answer.
I think someone I think someone just wants to get themselves involved with Wendy's life to get that money, to ride off her coattail and to say, oh yeah, I'm here, I'm with Wendy, to be, to just be part of the party, like to be part of the crew and try to and get money off that. I really don't
And
think her son is doing anything negative or anything
a
that
lot of
he does
times,
not have a right to do.
a lot of times we do hear a lot of these kids take advantage of their disabled mom. So who is protecting people if their kids are taking advantage of them?
Okay, but so a 21-year-old Kelvin, who would have been a minor like a few years ago, he even has access to Wendy's money like that? But wouldn't that be the husband to have access? I don't see how the son could cause any trigger anything. Like because he's receiving money. He's receiving money. And if he maxed the credit card, then oh well. He maxed the credit card, then Wendy's estate needs to just pay it and then shut it off.
But if I was Wendy's daughter, okay, and I was
think
maxing
about
out,
something.
if I was maxing
Power
out
of
her
attorney. That's
hold
the
on,
big
listen.
thing right now, Gigi.
If I was maxing out her credit cards, how do you know that I'm not taking advantage of her?
Because he doesn't have power of attorney. He can use let him use these credit cards. He does not have the ability to sign. He doesn't have signature authority.
Okay.
The big issue
now, I don't
now,
know if he
who
was
has
using
signature authority? Who is power of attorney? That's what they're trying to fight over, Gigi, by the way. All these people going to these courts and doing this and doing that, they want power of attorney. Power of attorney means that you can sign her name. You have access to the money, her accounts, and you can move as Wendy Williams legally. Remember, think about it, power of attorney. That's what they're fighting over, really. Her son doesn't have power of attorney, not at all. A credit card, sure, of course, he's her son.
They
but
say
the
he did have power he did have power of attorney at one point. But I guess he took advantage.
The son?
The son. That's what they're saying, but he took advantage of it.
Come on, I don't know about that. Because we would have known that. Like, Gigi, that would have been news that you would have found out. Like, that's a big deal. Power of attorney, that's a big deal.
So that
doesn't just happen.
The people in the comments, she said y'all lying. They said the courts removed the power of attorney after the money was squandered. SQAUNDERED. Well, did y'all look it up? Are you there?
I'm right here. Oh, hi, Gigi. Did they find it? I don't think her son. Well, maybe he did, but I mean that's a big deal. Like whoever has power of attorney, they have access to Wendy's money.
Got it. Hold on. We got a caller. Calling from 678. You're live on the air. Welcome to the Messy Sweet Spot.
Hey.
Yes.
Hey, how you doing, Gigi? I'm calling
good.
again. I'm back on the line.
All right. So what are your thoughts about this, Wendy?
I want to talk. Well, I have a lot of thoughts. I have so many thoughts, I don't know where to begin. I watched the documentary twice, both parts.
Well, we ready to hear this.
I was enthralled in it. Okay, first off, I'm going to go ahead and state an unpopular opinion. Did you see the part where her nephew, Travis, was the only one that came up with the reason why the guardianship and the money might have been frozen in the first place. Did you see the part where her nephew said, well, Kevin spent all this money on a party, DoorDash, this and that, and this and that. And he says that was likely the reason. It was the nephew. He was the only one that went there and put his cousin on blast, right?
Right.
So I think a lot of people don't understand how this goes. And I think a lot of people understand it a little bit more than they did. And I'm glad, because there was a lot of things I didn't understand about a conservatorship or guardians and all of that, and your money being frozen. Here's the thing. A lot of people are under the impression, because I've heard a lot of people say, well, so what if her son was spending her money? It's her son and she worked hard for it. I'd rather her son spend it than to have the guardian spending it. And I'm sure that you've heard a lot of people say that, right?
Yeah, I heard them, but I didn't really agree with them, but I heard them. But go ahead.
Thank you. Here's the thing, y'all. What people don't understand, the guardian cannot spend Wendy's money. If the guardian spends Wendy's money, the guardian will be locked up. And I think a lot of people are thinking that some white lady somewhere is able to spend Wendy's money. That's not how a guardianship works. She's not able to spend Wendy's money. Wendy's money is sitting frozen. So the day that they froze it, not a single dime has gone out of it. It's just sitting frozen, and Wendy doesn't have access. And here's the thing, you guys. If they had not frozen her account, with Wendy having all those people around her, taking this, taking that, she don't know what's going in, what's going out. She drunk. She got her son on the phone, and she's telling him, yeah, here's the number. Take that much out. Take this much out. 2 years this has been going on. How much of Wendy's money do you think would have been gone in just those 2 short years?
They would have drained all her damn money. You know it.
They would have drained. Wendy Williams would be drained,
Can I tell
you guys.
something? Now, if he taking all this damn money, why he ain't start a goddamn business or something, huh?
A business.
He could have been booming.
Thank you. And not
he
only
got
that,
access. You Wendy's
Gigi.
son. Come on now.
Thank
But
you,
honey,
Gigi,
they just
and I'ma
want
tell
to
you something
excuse
else.
him, and they just want to cuddle him and everything.
Yep.
That's the problem with society now, all this
But
damn cuddling.
That's exactly what's wrong with it. And I got another one for you, Gigi. Now, mind you, they started filming this. They started filming this material that we're watching now in 2022, right? Okay? The first day they started filming and they hit record, it was 2022. Now, the cousin, and I was shocked that the nephew put the cousin on blast, right? Because that's how we know about it. It was her nephew Travis that said it, right?
Uh-huh.
So here's my thing. If her son had been in charge, like a lot of people say, oh, well, why don't you just put the son in the family? Let me tell you something. Based on the way her son was spending, in 2 years, he would have took a huge chunk by himself. Not to mention, y'all, he probably would have been giving money to the nephew, the cousin, his daddy begging because the daddy broke. Let me tell y'all, that money, Wendy Williams' money would have been drained in them 2 years. And then now, on top of that, the people that she had around her in New York, the same people that y'all saying are shady, doing this and doing that, well, then they would have drained her because they would have had access to her money too. Wendy's money, look, they need to sort it out at some point. At some point, Wells Fargo is going to have to sort out this whole thing about her money. They're going to have to. But let me tell y'all, her money is better off being frozen for right now than it would have been the last 2.5 years with everybody having their hand in the pot, with her being drunk and having dementia. It's just true. Wendy's money would have been drained.
And he too young to be having all that anyway. Wait till he mature, get older. He be more responsible. This is too much now.
And I'm going to tell you, for the cousin to say that, for the cousin to get up there and say that, I was shocked. Because he's the only reason why we know that Kevin did that. Because of what her nephew said on camera, right?
Yeah.
We wouldn't even have known about that. his DoorDash bill and all that. His own cousin that he's with all the time, because you can look at the documentary. Every time you see her son, you see her nephew, right? They together. He put him on blast. And I say all of this to say, y'all, for them to have put a guardian in place, there was nobody in that family they trusted. Couldn't trust the son. He had already proven he ain't good with money. The nephew, I don't know if you want to leave her young nephew in charge either. Her sister, maybe it was something that they saw in the sister they didn't like, the niece they didn't like. Wendy couldn't keep her own money anymore. She was approving and greenlighting too much shit. I'm telling you, y'all, her money is left the way that it is. It's just left the way that it is right now. And I think God does things for a reason sometimes that we don't understand. And I honestly believe in the beginning, God saw how this was playing out. And I think God might have said, no, wait a minute now. She don't work too hard. I got to find a way to put a stop to this. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And that's what I think happened. Her money would have been gone, y'all. So for all of y'all saying, oh, well, I'd rather they do it than the Guardian just, look, the Guardian is working with the bank. Of course, it's all intertwined. But for anybody that's out there thinking the Guardian is able to go and buy steak dinner tonight with Wendy's money, no, that's not how that's working, y'all. Her money is frozen. It's just frozen. The same amount. If she had $10 million in liquid cash, $10 million and 37 cents on the day they froze it, she still has $10 million and 37 cents. I'd rather her money be sitting and not being able to be spent until they work all of this out. I'd rather it be frozen over there temporarily than for her to have access and she got everybody with their hand in her pot.
You
Period.
sure right. They loving your talk, so please keep talking. They told me
So
to
I
shut
get tired
up.
of people, and that's why. Yeah, because I think a lot of times we don't understand the ins and outs of how that works. And and I ain't gonna lie to you. Before I saw the documentary, I was saying some false stuff, and I was thinking false stuff in my head.
What was you thinking?
But that's okay. I didn't know any better.
What was
I
your
didn't know
false
anything
thoughts?
about how. I was thinking the same thing. Oh, so they got her money frozen, and now they probably going to take it from her, and they can't do that. It's very similar to what Britney Spears was under for all those years, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Britney Spears still ain't completely not – she's still not completely free of that arrangement. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But Britney Spears – at least with Britney Spears, they had her father in control of it, right? Her father was in control of it. At least it was her daddy that was in control of it.
Why Wendy
But I
daddy
honestly
not in
believe
control?
Britney Spears was all,
Why Wendy daddy? She
Right.
got a daddy.
Yep.
But then
They
they
could let her
said
daddy do
Wendy didn't even want to see her daddy. Remember Tommy? He kept on saying, come see dad, come see dad. So Wendy does
But-
not have
but
a
she
good
didn't even-
friendship or relationship with her peoples.
But she didn't even want to see her son either. Remember they kept saying on more than one occasion they were saying why she hadn't. At one point, he was saying he hadn't seen his mom in 8 months in the flesh. You saw that part?
Tell us why.
Did you see the
why?
part where
Why
he
she
said-
haven't? Why?
He said they talked on the phone, but he hadn't actually seen Wendy in 8 months. Y'all saw that part, right?
Yeah, we
And
seen
when he
it.
said that, I said, how the hell he go 8 months? He talked to her on the phone, but he ain't actually been in the same room with her in 8 months? That was crazy to me.
What was
And
the
so
reason?
when they were saying that, so it's
What
the
was
same
the
thing with
reason?
Britney Spears.
What was
Britney
the
Spears was
reason?
at a point where we all remember when she was shaving her head, right?
Oh.
And acting crazy. And every day it was 24/7. Britney Spears was the hottest news story. We all remember that time period, right?
That was a mess.
Britney
That
Spears,
just
Britney
turned
Spears.
it tarnished
It
her
was a mess.
legacy.
They would not.
It tarnished her legacy.
It tarnished her legacy. Every day, 24/7, all they wanted to talk about was who? Britney Spears.
Y'all,
Today,
can I
Britney
say
Spears
something
is
real
this. Today,
quick?
Britney Spears.
I got something. Please
Yeah.
don't let that shit happen to Beyonce, Rihanna. If they out of it, I don't want to see Beyonce like this shit, and I don't want to see Rihanna. Keep their ass out of the public eye, okay?
I don't think you would ever.
Don't.
You would never see Beyonce like that because she has too many people in place that would never go for it. You get what I'm saying? It's too many people in place, whether it be her mom would never go for it, Jay-Z would never go for it, her sister damn sure would never go for it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They
But
would
you
never
might have to
her
worry
seen
about
that way.
Rihanna because she don't got family.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know how her family dynamic is, but
Well,
you
you
would
know,
probably
they
see
say
90
Rihanna go to
seconds.
her daddy don't get along. You know, well, they sometime, and he was very evil. At one point, he was trying to sue Rihanna in front of the public. That was so embarrassing.
But see, that's the thing about becoming famous. And now we have social media. And now we have social media. But I will say this, though. I will say this, you guys. Okay, I will say this. As much as it pains me to see her that way,
60
this is
seconds.
the best thing, because this has brought attention to her situation. Had they not done this, we would have just been speculating on what's going on, and these people would have still been able to keep doing. This has got the conversation going, and we're not going to stop talking about it anytime soon. So seeing her like this, it sucks, but I think awareness needed to be brought to how she's being treated and what's going on around her. Instead of us speculating, we saw it. We had a front row ticket to it the past 2 nights. You get what I'm saying? And this needed to happen. I'm telling y'all, this guardianship, these people did this for a reason. They didn't just say, oh, her money.
10 seconds.
Y'all got to stop running with that narrative. And when they were saying how much the son was spending by himself, imagine if they had let Wendy keep access to her money with all these people around her. The same people that y'all said that y'all think are fake and phony and don't need to be around her. Let's remember, they would have had access to Wendy's money. Wendy would have, in 2.5 years, Wendy's money would have been gone.
I can see that boy now. He'll be invested in different companies, getting scammed and ran and played, because he's not that smart. He's not calculated either.
And she would have been giving it away to her handlers. And she would have been giving them her bank card number, her account numbers, her routing numbers, because she out of it. And she been out of it. She was out of it for 2 years straight.
Yeah, her
They
mind
would have
ain't
all
right.
drained her, not even just her son. Not even just him.
Right.
Everybody would have. And I don't know why so many people can't realize. And I know those people that have frozen her account have probably said, they blaming us. But little do they know, had we not stepped in to help her, her money would have been gone. These people work in finance. They have seen this shit time and time again play out when people didn't have their shit frozen and they got taken advantage of. Wendy is an app, and I say this because we speak in facts now. I can say this because it's confirmed because we done seen it before our very eyes. Wendy is an alcoholic. Wendy is depressed. Wendy has 5 different medical conditions. Just any one of the ones she got could take her out. Wendy is anorexic. She don't eat.
And she be on
And
that
so you
Tina
mean to
Snow.
tell me
Don't
that-
forget about that Tina Snow.
She could be back on it.
But I'm
She
just
could be.
saying.
You know, she always was.
Everything got a
You know?
price. When you doing all that Tina Snow in your younger years, it's going to catch
Yeah.
up to you.
And
Because
she-
that's in your
Thank you.
body.
We ain't even talking about that. Why? And she has always been very open and honest about her coke habit in her early days.
Can
One
we
thing
call
about
it
her, I
Tina?
can
Can
say,
we call it
she
Tina?
was
Can we
always-
call it Tina?
Yeah.
Okay.
With Tina Snow, like Megan Thee Stallion called
Right.
herself Tina Snow. Listen, she has always been very open and honest about her Tina Snow habit in her younger days, right? She always was. She said she did a lot of it. Y'all got to realize, too, that probably had an effect on her brain.
Of course it did.
Then when you couple the fact that she got off the snow and then got on the alcohol heavy, you know, alcohol affects your brain too.
Yes, it does.
When you drinking like that every day.
Yes, it does.
And when you doing that every day. Did you see what the nephew said Now he was dropping a lot of bombs, and a lot of people haven't paid enough to what the nephew was saying. Remember
What'd
when
he
the
say?
nephew said?
What'd he say?
I think when he said he was in college.
Uh-huh.
I have to go back. I'm paraphrasing, but he said he had temporarily. She had let him stay with her and Kevin, right? So she was with her husband then, right?
Mm.
And she said he had temporarily stayed with his aunt. I don't know why he didn't say that. He said, but she was on her show then, of course, her talk show, and he said that she would leave early in the morning, and then he would be there when she came home from doing the show, right, late in the evening, right? And then he said that she would come home, grab a bottle of liquor, go in her room, and he wouldn't see her come out again until the next morning when they were driving her to the set to film again.
Wow.
So she would come home and get in her room and be drunk and close the door.
That's
what
very
her nephew
depressing.
said now.
That's very depressing. She had a depressing ass
So
life.
she was depressed, before she even it was a lot to handle. Think about it. You find out that your husband cheated on you. Then you find out he got the side chick pregnant. A baby is coming now. So the side chick gonna be around
I
for a
gotta
while.
stop you.
Then
I gotta stop you right here, because she knew that nigga was cheating on her, and she ain't had a problem then. She had a problem when everybody found out about it.
It was the baby. I think it was the baby.
She
said that. She said the cheating she could have got over. She said,
she
but when
been
he
getting
told her the
over
girl
it.
was
You didn't
pregnant.
think she was known that he was cheating?
Yeah, she knew.
Yeah.
But I think the baby was the one thing where she said, nah, I can't do the baby though.
So she could stomach
She
him
couldn't get past
cheating
the
with
baby
other
part.
men. She could stomach that part, because I know she saw that
Hey,
Tasha K special.
hey.
Oh, you don't want me to go there?
Hey, probably that too, because I saw that interview.
You don't want me to go there? Huh? Should I stop it?
Hey,
Take my foot off the gas.
You ain't gotta
Is that
stop
what
it.
it is? Take the foot off
You
the
ain't
gas.
gotta stop it. You ain't
Hold
gotta
on,
stop
can
it.
I
You
do
ain't
it?
gotta stop it.
How you doing? How you
Get
doing?
up. Yeah. Hold on, I got it. Look.
Go ahead.
How you doing? How you doing?
Go ahead. Ooh, you doing
How
real
you
good.
doing?
You doing real good. I like
How you
do.
doing? I sound like Wendy, right?
Hell yeah,
How
you do.
doing? How you doing?
got her ass damn packed.
But I'm saying though, and then think about it. Her husband got a baby on her on the side. Then COVID happened. Okay, and then before that, wait, her mom died. Excuse me, her mom died before that. It was a lot. It was a lot back to back for her. It was a whole lot. And so I say all of that to say, y'all, at some point, we have got to hold people accountable. Wendy had too many people around her that should not have been around her, and they were able to make decisions for her because she wasn't well. And these were people that weren't even blood relatives around her, okay? So imagine if they had not frozen her account, y'all. And then not only that, the ex-husband is broke, all right? He broke. He mad because he was cut out. Think about it this way. If Wendy's son had access to that money, and him and his son are still on good terms, you don't think that her husband would have told his son, look, man, I need a favor. Just get the money out her account. I'll replace it when I get back on my feet. Go ahead and get me $1 million out. I know your mama don't want me having no money, but this is crazy. You see how I'm doing? And her son is young. And he still loves his dad too. You don't think he might hand his daddy that money off to the side on the low?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
Her ex-husband would have manipulated her money through her son. Because he know his son still love him and got a soft spot for him.
Yeah.
Her husband is a master manipulator. You don't think he would have used his own son for that?
Well, his son
Wendy's
got
money
more
was
him. He may look like Wendy.
Thank you.
Because he got Wendy face, but the spirit is, he is the son, honey. The father, I mean, the father and him, their personalities alike. But he do look like Wendy. He got her face, because I looking at her, I was like,
Yeah,
all he got to
he
do is
do.
put a wig on. And that's a young
Yeah,
Wendy.
he'll be Wendy.
Yeah.
So can we all just agree that her money being frozen, at least we know she still got it and ain't no more going out.
Well, I'm fine with that.
For right now, till they
But a
sort
lot
it
of
out.
people not.
Until they sort it out. It ain't necessarily a bad thing. It ain't. It ain't. But she would have had money going out 24/7 if she still had access.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, y'all. In this case, it's doing what it's supposed to be doing. And I'm telling you, God does things for a reason. God doesn't base decisions on things. He don't see things like we do. You know why when God makes decisions,
Why?
he doesn't make decisions like we make them? Because if I were to go and make a decision, I'm going to be basing it on the information. I'm going to be basing it on the information that I'm privy to. Well, guess what? I can only be looking at a situation from one angle. I don't hear all the conversations that are had, and I'm not around to hear them. The reason why God is the best person to make a decision is because there's not a conversation that you can have that God ain't heard. There ain't a phony person around that God doesn't know is phony. People can fool me and you all day long, but you can't fool God. So who is better to make a decision, humans or God? And I think God had that money frozen, and he had good reason to have the money frozen.
Well, there you go. Well, you tell it to the
So
jury.
we need to stop saying that. I saw too many people saying that on Twitter last night when this was, and I was like, oh, well, I would rather her son spin it up than the Guardian. And I want to tell these stupid people, the Guardian is not spending her money. The Guardian can't do that. The Guardian would be in prison.
Yeah.
You feel me?
You know they're going to make up shit.
Now, why?
The Guardian out here driving Mercedes
Now, why
Benz,
they have
girl. Out here buying Chanel
Right.
bags and shit.
Chanel bags, Mercedes Benz. Look, a new house for the ex-husband. Money for the baby on the side because he done conned the son into taking money out of Wendy's account. Then the son gonna be balling. Not to mention everybody knows that the son got money and his mama ain't in her right mind, so they gonna go beg Kevin for it. Kevin gonna be going in on these business deals. Folks gonna be on him like a shark. I want his money. I'm gonna sell him a dream. He going through a lot. He depressed over this shit that's going on with his mama, you know. And I can tell him I can turn him into a millionaire and help him flip the money that he take out of his mom's account. Then I can scam his mama. If I'm part of her team in New York, Wendy always drunk. So if I'm the assistant and I'm shady, why don't I take $200,000 out? Wendy ain't gonna miss it. She don't know how much money in there anyway. She drunk every day, right?
Right.
If Wendy, listen, had they not frozen those accounts, we wouldn't even be. There would be no money for us to be even discussing right now in the first place. It wouldn't even be a conversation because the money would be gone anyway. And then folks would have been telling Wells Fargo, I ain't lying, well, if they saw that money was going out of her account that fast, why they didn't stop it? Now am I lying, Gigi?
Go ahead.
Why they didn't stop it? If Wells Fargo said they saw money going out of her account, why they didn't stop it for her? Y'all, we can't have it both ways. We can't have it both ways. It's a reason why God had that account frozen and nobody in her family has access. It's a reason why he made it so Wendy don't have access. Y'all know how hard that woman worked for her fortune in her younger years. This woman worked hard. Before she met her husband, she was already on her grind. Before she even had a child, when she was just single in New York, in New Jersey on radio, this woman was working her ass off, nonstop. You feel me?
I feel you. Can I ask you a question?
And maybe God said nope. Yeah.
Can I ask y'all a question? I don't got nothing to do with this.
Yeah.
Would y'all want to talk about Gazelle and Robin going off on Bethany for comparing herself to Kelly Rowland? Huh? Press 1 if you think that'd be a hot topic. Press 4 if you're going to pass. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Gigi,
Yes.
I got something to say about that Kelly Rowland situation. And guess what? That definitely is gonna be an unpopular opinion. If I tell you how I feel about this whole Kelly Rowland thing.
Oh, did you see the movie?
Cause I'm gonna ruffle some feathers and probably with a lot of black women. If I say what I want to say about the Kelly,
ruffle them feathers so I can get some more comments and callers so they can chew your ass out. Okay.
I can't see what they saying about me. I can't see what they saying about me right now, but they really ain't gonna like it.
But I just put it. I don't think I got a lot of 4s. What if 4s mean that y'all don't want to see it? Y'all don't like. Damn. What do y'all like? I'd be so lost. I guess they ain't feeling Gazelle.
They probably want to talk about Wendy.
Damn, they probably want to talk about.
I just had something to say about Kelly Rowland in general. The whole thing of her walking off the thing. I do got something to say about that. It's an unpopular opinion.
They said we did not care for again. Well, what do y'all care about? Can we please? What do y'all care about? If y'all don't care about that, I thought y'all would enjoy that Bravo T. They don't like the Bravo T. Shit.
Kelly Rowland, though, I think she had been on this story ever since Kelly Rowland walked off. So she's been making a lot of posts about the situation. I got a question. So when with a lot of folks coming to Kelly Rowland's defense, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. Carmel, well, can you please give me some direction, okay? Because y'all, everything I come out, y'all don't want to talk about shit. I'd be so damn lost. I need direction, clearly. Okay. But go ahead and say what you're going to say, because I'm about to wrap this up soon to get to a next topic. I got to go find one now. But go ahead.
Okay.
I'm listening.
I want to talk about Kelly Rowland, right?
Well, they don't want to hear about. No, they don't want to hear about that. I gotta wait till I do a Kelly Rowland. Okay. But I appreciate you, 678. I'm glad that you came in and you talked about this, Wendy. A lot of people agree with you, so you're very much appreciated. I'm gonna let you go right now, and I hope to hear from you soon. Miss Lady A, are you still there?
Hey, Gigi, thank you.
Hey, any last comments?
Oh, the last caller made a number of very good points. The last caller made a lot of really, really good points. And he's correct. It's best that the money was frozen and keep the vultures off of it until everything can be appropriately decided and appropriated.
I agree.
Have a great evening, Gigi.
You too.
Thank you.
All right, you guys. So I just want to say thank you for everybody that called, like, share, comment. I appreciate you all. So right now, I'm kind of stuck because I got to go. I'm going to go live again. But with my audience, I need to come into an agreement with you all because everything I think y'all want to talk about, I get it wrong. I get it wrong. I stay getting shit wrong. And then I say, okay, what y'all want to talk about? Then y'all, whatever you want to talk about, it's what you, listen, I'm a pleaser. I'm trying to please your ass, okay? So, look, I'm trying to figure this shit out. Y'all naming some names? God is good. You said what? Teresa, I don't know who that is. All right, well, let me go ahead and look for some stuff. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys sooner than later. DJ.